I'd like to introduce our first speaker. All right, his name is Д.Догоева. A little bit of background on him. In 2014, he began working at the State Registration Service of the Republic of Kyrgyzstan. From 2014 to 17, he worked as deputy chairman of the SRS, and in June 2017 was appointed as the chairman of the State Registration Service. He's responsible for overall reform and modernization products at SRS. He holds a bachelor's degree in business administration obtained at the Kingston University in London and a master's degree in public administration from the Kyrgyz University. Mr. Д.Догоева will be presenting on how the Kyrgyz Republic is on the road to secure international travel document management. The floor is yours.
Good afternoon, dear ladies and gentlemen. First of all, let me express my gratitude to organizers for inviting to attend 13th Symposium and exhibition on the ICAO trade program, and to share with our achievements related to the new generation of the travel documents. My name is Д.Догоева. I am the chairman of the State Registration Service under the government of the Kyrgyz Republic. Our service agency has been formed as a result of the reform in the state registration system in 2009. As a result of this reform, my agency is responsible for the population register and issuing relevant identification documents, for the transport registration and issuing of the driver identification documents, for the maintaining of the land, cadastre and property registration, and it's also all about the issuing the property-related documents. Also, we are responsible for the maintaining and development of the state archive of my country. As you can see, most of the state registration functions are under the one agency. I think it is one of the advantages that we can implement the reforms and projects related to the IT or introducing innovative technology in our agency. My country is has become a member of the ICAO since in 1999, and most of the work from the side of my country was focused on the secure civil aviation only. So it's all about the civil aviation, security of the airport, and the passenger-related processes. For the first time, the officials from my service attended symposium organized by ICAO in 2014. And this was the first time we learned about the trade program. This is important to mention that that trip in 2014 was organized and funded by the local office of OSCE in Kyrgyzstan. After that trip to Montreal in 2014, we have reviewed and come up with our 5-year midterm action plan in order to shift to the next generation of travel documents, in order to build robust identity management system. I forgot about the slides actually, sorry. So as you can see on this slide, we have the first generation of MRTDs. So the ID format, ID1, they have been launched in 2005. And it's also the travel document it's used as a travel document to Russia Federation and to Kazakhstan. And also in May 1st, 2017, we have shifted to the new generation of ID documents, is MRTD. And it's compliant with ICAO document 9303. And on the right-hand side, you can see the passports. We issue passports to our citizens, and also we have diplomatic and service types of this document. And next year, we are planning to move to the e-passports. So when we were developing our action plan, we had to face such problems, and most of the reason was because we had old paper-based registration system. And it's summed up with the data inconsistency, identification document fraud. So there was a number of cases when the third group of people, they used our documents and then they counterfeit them in order to travel to other countries. For example, in order to obtain Russian citizenship, or either to travel to, where it's very easy to get visas to attend Hajj. It's a religious Islamic tour. Another problem we faced, it was high level of corruption. For example, it was easy to get birth certificate and legally get the travel document. And of course, it's summed up with the poor quality of services and the low level of trust. And in 2014, the management of our country approved a special action plan, which was tasked to develop and implement unified population register. This system would integrate the following registration systems: civil status registration information system, passport system, address registration system, and we have introduced in 2014 biometric data registration system. And one of the other components of the system was citizenship data registration system. This is the system about those who are obtaining our citizenship and about those who are obtaining, for example, other citizenship and refusing from Kyrgyz citizenship. All these systems integrated via a single window identifier, which is assigned to each citizen since birth registration. Now in our database, we have 5.9 unique entries about our citizens. And 3,164,000 of them, they have gone through biometric registration process. I've lost one of my slides. Anyway, I want to show the architecture. So this is the architecture, like very functional architecture of the system. As you can see on the lower side, this is the components of the unified population register. And the PIN is used as a single window identifier. Now the system also used for the e-services. It's connected to the interagency interaction system. So for example, the Ministry of Internal Affairs or the Border Control Agency, they can use also the information about from these systems. One of the key components of the population register, we have created so-called register about the status of the document. It's something like the database on the Interpol database related to the lost, stolen, and revoked documents. It was important to implement such a system because we had those counterfeit documents, such as birth certificates and national ID cards. Excuse me. As you can see on this slide, this is the new business process model. On the enrollment stage, we verify each biographic data. And if it's first time this applicant applying for the document, we collect the biometric data. It's 10 fingerprints, photo, and digital signature. If it's renewal, then we verify using the 2 fingerprints, and we verify this application form against our database. Also, we have a special watch list matching. So this is those people who has debt, for example, in tax. So our operators or the responsible person, they also communicate this information to the relevant police department. And then this application form, in electronic way, goes to the back office. The back office takes the decision about each application form. If the application form is approved, then it's verified by digital signature of the responsible person and goes to for the personalization of the document. At the Personal Center, it's important to mention that we have created the new passport system, and the government of Korea and Japan, they helped us. So we have not spent even a penny from our state budget. So it was fully donor-funded project. It's also important, I think our project was unique because the PERSO system and the ID blank cards, they were provided by Korean side. Equipment was funded by EU funds, and we have bought it from China. And the enrollment system was in-house developed software. So we somehow managed to integrate all of these solutions. And now, since May, we have issued more than 324,000 EIDs. Actually, this project was implemented within the 8 months, and we faced lots of problems between two vendors because they were blaming each other because of some problems and in terms of the integrating these solutions. So this is our EID. On the EID, we have the basic biographic data. We use the laser engraving technology. It's important to mention that since 2015, we have adopted new election system. It's based on the biometric identification of the identity of the voter on the election day. We use the fingerprints, and for the elections in 2017, we used the face recognition system as well, because we have faced some cases where the voter cannot identify themselves based on their fingerprints. And we have adopted new functionality, which is about the face recognition. Our EID also used as a key in order to get e-services in an online mode. And it's also a travel document to Russian Federation and Kazakhstan. We have used most of the popular security elements, such as tactile features, microtext, OVI, MLI, embedded hologram. And as I mentioned, since we have launched the system, we have issued 324,000 EIDs. Once we have moved and digitalized lots of personal data related to our citizens, we have faced lots of problems with data inconsistency. We have used, as I mentioned before, person identification number. And there was a cases when one person could have several PIN numbers, or two persons can have one PIN number. In order to deal with such cases, we have created a special department. This department is responsible for taking decisions related to the identity issues. Based on this, of course, there would be a human factor. They could make wrong decisions as well. And we come up with the special risk management mechanism. Our specialists, they have come up with 9 risk scenarios. It's all about each application form gets verified against all databases that we have at the moment. And based on that verification, the system assigns special color, red, orange, or green. Based on that color, the color indicator, the responsible person should take actions. And I just want to show about our concept design. Actually, my time's up. So just a few seconds. This is the new concept design of our e-passport. And this design has been encouraged by the way they work by Delarue. We try to use most of their recommendations. So this is just to show, and we are planning to implement this project next year in 2018. This is just for your review. Yeah. So the basic concept of our e-passport design was related to the regions of our country, and to use the traditional, historical, and the natural, authentic things of our country. Thank you very much for your attention. Thank you.